大家好, I'm Nathan Rich, aka 火锅大王. As an American, I grew up with the privilege of knowing my country's economy would always grow. Of course, there are always ups and downs, but at nearly any point in my entire lifetime, the stock market is higher today than that time. And on a completely different subject, my country has been at war with various parts of the world throughout that entire time. Recently, though, we've been in less wars than normal. And on a separate note, the US economy has been faltering more than usual. There are, of course, many more complicated economic reasons that number nerds know about, but the point is the US's economy has made a lot of people nervous of a bubblicious collapse. The S&P 500 has more than doubled in the last 5 years, but I mean, who are we even at war with to cause that growth? Russia? This is all stoking fears of a massive market correction. Something needed to be done about this potential economic collapse, anything. And it looks like the US has finally stepped up to fix the problem. Those damn idiot pink-haired Democrats are out of office, and so we can finally return to the Republicans, who have nearly full control of the country. And with that power and virtually no opposition, they can basically do whatever they want within reason. And that's what they've done. They have seized the day and shown us what the Republican Party is all about when left to their own devices. So what does the Republican Party of America stand for, other than intervention in Asia, that is? Well, it turns out they love a large, powerful government that participates in strong control of every aspect of the market via extremely high taxation against its citizens. Tariffs. It's when your government wants to control the market vis-a-vis other countries, so it taxes its own companies and people. Anyway, there's nothing wrong with tariffs in principle, and there are often good reasons to use them. Indeed, there are times tariffs are vital to a nation's future. But there are also times when tariffs are used as a quick and reckless cash grab for the government. And that's what the US has just done, allegedly. People love to blame Donald Trump for everything in the Republican Party. But this is not how politics works in reality. Think about it. We didn't even have an active president for the last little while before Trump took office. Was anything different without a president? The US government is set up so that there's no ultimate power in one person. The president has to have support from their base. So let's not single out Trump for these changes, really. This is a Trump change by the Republican Party, sure, but ultimately, it's the US government we're talking about. And the change, as most people are no doubt aware, is that the US will now wage a huge tax war against its own citizens. These are called tariffs. Any entity wanting to buy products from overseas will now pay additional taxes to the US government. That's right. When you earn money, the government takes some of it from you before you even receive it. This is extremely annoying to the American right wing. Damn you, income tax. Just let the people keep their money. Then when you go to buy a lollipop or whatever, the government wants more money via sales tax. And because Americans are totally not brainwashed by corporate culture, stores in the US don't pay that tax. They make the citizens pay their sales tax. And my fellow Americans just lap it up and think it's completely normal. $1.99 for this healthy burger? Nice! Oh wait, I need to pay 7% of that to the US government because they have something called sales tax, and you're the one sailing it. Well sure, let me just pay that for you. Oh, whoops, I only have $2, so I guess I can't afford this $1.99 burger. What was I thinking? In other backwards countries, they do this annoying thing where the companies pay the sales tax because they're the ones selling the product. And the super annoying side effect of that is the price that you see is the actual price. If it says $2, that's how much you give the person to buy the thing. Now, if you're American, I know that sounds scary. What about the corporation? What about its feelings? After all, corporations are people, even more so than Soylent Green. Well, since I can't afford a $1.99 burger with $2, I guess I'll just go back to what I was doing, which is emptying food trays in the McDonald's garbage, even though I don't work there. Later, at Walmart, I'm gonna hike for 5 minutes to put a shopping cart in a specific bin for the dreamy corporations. Wouldn't want them to pay a single person to walk around doing that. No, Thousands of customers shall dutifully step in and help that mom and pop shop. Oh, and one more thing, companies. I really wouldn't want you to have to pay your workers living wages. Can you make me pay their wages for you? We'll call it a tip, but make it mandatory. You can just add it to the bill next to the gratuity and the service charge and the valet fee and the valet tip. I love you, corporations. I don't want you to pay a dime. Ugh. Oh, man. I think I blacked out there for a second. What the hell was I talking about again? Oh, yeah. The Republicans hate income tax because it punishes people for earning money. That's not the free market. And they hate sales tax because it punishes the person who made the sale, which is, you know, the customer. All these stupid damn taxes, they manipulate the market. Just let the people live, they cry. And the answer to all those taxes from the Republicans, who are firmly in power, is something revolutionary. That's right. They are repealing federal income tax. I meant to say that they're introducing a massive tax increase on nearly every American. I'm talking about individuals. Because if there's one thing that the cuckoret culture in America proves, it's that no matter what the government charges companies, it's the individuals at home who will foot the bill. And, pathetically, they will do so with a faux grin, a glazed look in their eyes, just shilling for the man. Most people think this huge taxation on Americans is just a cash grab, because it's not really something that could stay around for very long. I mean, eventually the widespread damage will be too deep, and or the Republicans will be out of power and we can finally reduce the Republican tax burden from American citizens. What widespread damage, you ask? China and the EU starting to partner more and more? Much of Asia coming together closer in ways it rarely has? Global stock markets crashing as uncertainty grips investors? The US being increasingly replaced on the world stage? American strategic partners and allies everywhere feeling betrayed and embarrassed? The bajillions of people outside America who depend on being able to deliver cheaper goods to the artificially rich United States? No, I'm American. I'm not talking about all that crap. I'm talking about the real damage. Some countries aren't investing in US companies anymore. No, France, no! I'll do it. Just let me clean up all the food trays and shopping carts and finish tipping everyone and paying the service fees. Then after that, I just need to hop onto a quick 3-hour customer service call with a robot, an Indian, and 2 line transfers and a sorry, not sorry. But then, right after that, I'm going to put my life savings into you, corporations. I love you. Look, we all know protectionist tariffs can lead to a dive in the stock market because, well, that's what's already happened. And we know that it's primarily American consumers who will be affected by this, at least domestically, and that the US government will benefit the most. We also see, once again, that Republicans desperately want a huge, super powerful, all-encompassing government which levies strong taxes against its citizens to control the market, ensuring, with threat of violence by the way, that the market cannot be free. That's what Republicans stand for. And honestly, that's fine with me. You can stand for those things if you want to, but just don't tell me any differently. Don't talk to me about free markets, sir. Now, I'm just a random hair and fashion and hand model from the School of Hard Knocks, but I do feel obligated to express my stupid alternative idea about what Republicans could push for instead. I mean, certainly many people may have expected this kind of thing. America gradually tries to correct trade imbalances while working to improve relations with every other country. Meanwhile, the US could take a look not at China or Vietnam or Canada, but at the US, and it could try, really try, to reduce the enormous amounts of bureaucratic red tape domestic companies face when trying to manufacture or produce. It could take a long, hard look at its own practices and ask tough questions like, why does this medicine cost $100 in other countries but $1,000 in the US? Why do we allow corporations to control the government explicitly via lobbying? How does codifying our bending of the knee to corporations as law amount to anything other than absolute corruption? How does it help Americans? Or how about, how could the United States become more competitive by its own actions? Those are some of the tough positions and questions that some of my viewers would have guessed Republicans would have raised. But as I've often pointed out, if you really thought Republicans were going to do anything like that, you're very confused about American politics. There's hardly any kind of two-party system in the US, especially when it comes to war, to interventionism, to corporate worship. In those things, at least, there's just one party, the corporate party, and it rules all Americans. If you let it into your country, it too will ultimately rule you. Until next time, I'm Nathan Rich. Thanks, everybody. 谢谢.